What's going on, everyone? Alex Da Silva, happy as Larry Group. I hope you are well, and welcome to another daily dose of happiness. I hope you're having a good week so far. It's rainy, it's Tuesday, but we're here, we're alive, we're breathing, we're achieving, and it's good. And I'm not too good though, I've got to be honest. I've hurt my back pretty badly, and I'm struggling to move at the moment, but it's not about, oh, poor me. I'm on the mend and I'll be all right. But so try to keep up the positive energy. I wanted to talk to you today because I went to do some speaking yesterday in the evening, and I was talking about the importance of getting out of your own way. And it took me a while to realize what that meant. Get out of your own way. How do I do that? And I used to struggle with that slightly. And he said, think, okay, well, how do I get out of my own way? I used to always think that, because how do I do that? And I was confused. And I think some people still struggle with that concept of just get out of your own way. And what I've learned with that is there are certain things that I can control, and there are certain things that I can't. So control what I can, and what I cannot control, just accept. Accept that it's going to be whatever it's going to be. And that's what I've started to learn, that what getting out of my way means, put the actions where actions are needed, and just allow things to then happen instead of trying to control everything. And that was it. That for me was the kind of the sort of the penny drop. And then I had another question, is how do I then not control things? Because there is an element where I have to control. And I realized that I talked about before on a previous video about being actively patient. I think that's something that I continuously learn, and I'm learning more and more about it. And the more I learn to be actively patient, the more I realize that I'm also getting out of my own way. I'm not trying to control things. I'm not trying to make things happen before they're meant to. I'm not trying to make people do things, that probably they don't need to do. I'm not trying to control situations on my day-to-day job or even doing this. I'm just allowing things to happen. And as I allow things to happen, but I continue to put the action in every day, doors then start to open, and I started to realize the importance of that for many reasons. One, I'm a lot calmer. I feel calm because I know that whatever is meant to happen will happen. If I'm putting the right actions in place, then the right results will come out at the end of the day, whether it's short term, mid-term, or long term. And certain things that I do will affect me short term, some mid, some long term. And I've started to realize that things that I did quite a while back are now paying off today. They are now starting to pay off. Things that I actioned not too long ago are starting to now pay off a little bit quicker. So it's kind of, there are kind of variables, and it's all very different depending on what we're looking to achieve, depending on what you're looking to do. Some actions will pay off quicker, some actions will pay off a little bit slower. But the whole process in between is be patient, continue to put action every day, and just get out of your own way. In other words, just keep doing what you're supposed to do, and things will happen. And sometimes, yes, of course, you can strong arm things to happen for you. You can control it. Things can happen for you quicker. But I have also seen that things happen too quickly. Sometimes we may not be ready, and we can fall short, and I can strong arm things to happen very quickly. I really can, and I've tried and I have done it. But for me, I've realized that I kind of fell short on things. I was rushing it too much. I was doing it for the wrong reasons. And, either I was chasing the money, or I wanted it for I had, different motivations. And I didn't enjoy it. Something didn't sit right with me, and I wasn't passionate for it at the time. And I realized that it just wasn't right for me. And I failed. She used the word, I failed. I kind of failed. And And I've realized that I've made some investments, earlier on in the business. I spent money that I shouldn't have done, and I did it because I thought, let's get there quickly, let's do this now. And I did it without doing proper research. I did it without being ready, without having other plans in place in order for me to then, as I talked about before, planting my seeds, really digging deep into that dirt. So then, my fruits and my flowers and my trees and everything that I'm planting, then I can collect properly. I didn't do that. I kind of just did things very, very quickly, wasn't ready for it. And I ended up losing out. I was kind of chasing clients and I wasn't ready for it. And then again, I was, which was a shame, but I learned from that. That's the thing. I learned from that. So every little mistake that I've made, every failure, or I never see things as a failure. For me, it's never failure. It's always an experience, and it's always a learning lesson for me. Everything is about learning, and that's the key thing for me. It's always about learning, and I've learned so much, since starting, Happy as Larry Group 2.5 years ago, that I don't have to sit here and say, oh yeah, I'm making millions, blah, blah, blah. I'm not, because we started things very slowly, and, Lucy's finishing her master's now, and, we got married, we've had a baby, I've got a full-time job, I've got things that I need to do. But for me, I'm building my lifeboat. That's another thing, is I have to get out of my own way and realize that I'm building something that's not going to be just short term. I'm not here for the short term. I will be here in the next 50 years. I will be doing these videos, for as long as I possibly can. Like, this is not a short-term game for me. I said this yesterday. I have been given such a gift to be able to speak, to be able to help people, to be able to help change someone's life, people's lives, and I don't take that for granted. I want to be able to do this to the best of my ability, which also means learning, which also means growing, which also means being able to stay humble, to stay curious, to be able to continue on this journey. And that's exactly what I want to do. And I hope that you can take something away from this, because if you're a business owner, if you're somebody who's in a full-time job and you're building your little business and you're getting frustrated, or you're at a point where you just want to give up. I heard somebody say this to me yesterday. I went to see somebody and one of their friends just gave up. And I said to him, why did he give up? I said, it almost sounded like he was just there. And I could see his frustration too. And we were just talking, and I explained to him, look, try to bring him in, try to see whether you can help him, because it seems where he's just there. He was just at that point where things could have turned, but because he wasn't getting the clients quick enough, because he wasn't, things weren't turning around to his satisfaction, he felt as though he was failing. So he went from spending all this time, all this money to get this qualification, to then go into this job, and he never gave it 100%. And all of a sudden, because it wasn't going the way he expected it to, he just gave up. And that broke my heart, because I said to this friend of mine, don't let him give up. Like, speak to him and try to get him to come and work with you, if anything, so you can try and get him to where he needs to. Same thing happened to my friend. He was helping me out yesterday, and he explained to me he had to go and work for somebody, and then now he's started his own business, and the business is, he's now collecting, and he's enjoying it, and he loves what he does. And it's beautiful to see. I love people that can succeed, and I learned from that. I learned from him yesterday 2 lessons: to keep going, to keep learning, to keep, pushing forward, and also don't ever give up. Don't give up, because you could be just around the corner from success. So I'll leave you with that nugget. Get out of your own way and keep pushing. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, be amazing, be fantastic, be absolutely phenomenal. You deserve this. You deserve to get up in the morning and live the life that you deserve, the life that you've always wanted. So go and do that today. And I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Take care.